guys? Hello, welcome to the SpursRelated YouTube channel once again. And yeah, I'm not even going to pretend I'm upbeat and happy about it. I'm still absolutely fuming. But before we get into things, Andre, how you doing?
Not too great, man. What a way! How did we bottle that one? That was ours.
I know. And before we get into the game and analyze things, I mean, this is the difference between top four and not getting top four. These kind of mistakes, these kind of moments where we switch off and don't really see a game out, especially at home against a team in the bottom half of the table. It's just deflating. It really is. And things have to change. Conte will be going absolutely nuts to the players. That game was in the bag. We had the 3 points, and then suddenly, bang, 2 goals in 2 minutes, 80th minute and 82nd minute. It's just horrendous. But where do we even start? I mean, we didn't start the game well. 10 minutes in, we were getting absolutely pummeled. Really were. Literally, I mean, Southampton should have scored 2 in the first few minutes. That's the reality. They were pinning us in at home. We finally came out of our half, got a bit of a lucky break, started pressing a bit, and then obviously Højbjerg crossed it, and everyone thought it was Son's goal, but the replay showed it was an own goal from Bednarek. Then it went 1-0. Broja scored. You called it. The guy looks dangerous. He's had a good season for Southampton on loan from Chelsea. And yeah, I mean, we're in a position where we're laughing in the cup. Champions League is on. We've got games in hand, and we bottle a goal lead at home in front of our faithful and lose the game. It's not even like we drew the game. We scored at the end, disallowed. I mean, Andre, without analyzing this one too in depth, just what went wrong? What were the key, mistakes in this game for you that really cost us here?
All right, I've been saying, I don't know how many times I've been saying it for years now, that Sanchez, he just ball watches. Whenever the pressure's on, he just ball watches, and that's exactly what happened. Especially that second goal. I saw him yelling at Emerson. It's like, oh, why didn't you cover the ball? It's like, Romero had that guy covered, Sanchez. You need to back up and watch the other guy. Emerson's a right wing back. He's not going to come all the way back to watch a guy that you should be watching. Davies, he always, look, a slip, it can happen. But the fact that it always happens to him, like every few games or so, he'll have a slip up that leads to a goal. I think you remember that Europa League game where he had the slip up, led to a goal. It happens all the time with him. There's always a mistake in him. Sanchez, it's literally just the ball watching. He always ball watches. He hasn't gotten rid of that. In the summer, he needs to go. I've been saying it for time. He has his moments.
Sanchez.
He has Sanchez. Yes, he has his good games, but to be honest, he's too inconsistent. I've always said this. The other thing, Ward-Prowse, we gave him space. Those 2 crosses. Why did we give him so much space? You saw that, right? He had time to just touch the ball, look at where he wanted to go, and cross it in. The guy is really good at crossing. He takes the crosses when there's corners. Why would you give him space like that?
Yeah, I mean, I was going nuts when we went.
Things like that, it's little details that even like we called it, right? The Broja, we said, watch him. If you give him a chance, he's gonna score. He did miss that second opportunity later in the game, but that first one, shouldn't have happened.
But it doesn't matter because we should have scored many more goals as well. I mean, I'm looking at the stats now, and actually we deserve to lose. Let's not beat around the bush. 53% possession for them, 47 for us. 23 goal attempts for them, 7 for us. At home, we got absolutely battered. They had 10 shots on. We had 3. Sorry, they had 10 shots off goal. We had 2. I mean, they were all over us.
Yeah, I can't even blame Lloris sort of at the end there where he was trying, but he was really tired. The guy's like 35 years old and he's jumping on he's like diving constantly because the defense isn't doing anything. Romero was good. Okay, Romero was good, but the other guys, they weren't doing much. Lloris had to dive and fall on the ground like 20 times.
But Lloris had 7 saves and their keeper made 1 save. How can you be at home against Southampton and only make the keeper save one shot? I mean, we can talk about the defense all we want. The defense is absolutely shambolic, and those that were saying Emerson, Davies are good players, and Sanchez I just don't get it. Emerson, Davies, and Sanchez are papers over the crack. We need to get in the summer a new right wing back and another centre back to partner Romero, and potentially Dyer can fit in on the other part. Davies is always a temporary option, and Sanchez, those that like hype him up when he has one good game, please stop, because Sanchez is not a good player. We've held on for him for too long. It's becoming a situation a little bit like a Dele Alli, where he's never going to be an absolutely brilliant player for Spurs anymore. And for me, Sanchez isn't good enough for this team. Emerson, apparently Emerson and Winks combined lost the ball 17 times, to put that in perspective. 17 times in one game of football. That means they're losing the ball once every 4 minutes. I mean, when you put it like that, I mean, it's just horrendous. Let's welcome in some of the guys to discuss this. I want to hear your feedback, guys. Ayanami's in here, as always. Big yourself up, mate. Legend. Derek's in here. Big yourself up, mate. Hope you aren't feeling as deflated as me. But yeah, you're right about Ward-Prowse. We said it yesterday on the review, didn't we? We said that guy's a baller. Why not get him in for £40 million? And he's just destroyed Højbjerg and Winks. I mean, why did Winks not get substituted? Why did they take Højbjerg off? I just don't get these decisions sometimes. They're like Nuno decisions.
Yeah,
Naguma's in it.
Yeah, hey, I thought the same thing. As soon as Bentancur was coming in quick, in my head I was like, "Yep, Conte's looking. He is not happy with Winks. Glad we're on the same page. Get him out." And then Højbjerg came off. I was like,
I was ready for him to hold up the board saying number 8, and he held up 5, and I was like, "What are we doing?" Højbjerg got an assist. Saints should have won 6-2. I completely agree. Look at the stats; it's just embarrassing. Emerson out. Emerson is clearly not in. I mean, the fact Conte's experimented with Doherty, Emerson is not in favour, that's for sure. I mean, well, I just don't know what. As soon as this team does the good things, so we put a brilliant performance in against Brighton, go through in the cup, we're looking at the top 4. If we win our 2 games in hand, we're in the top 4. Man United drew last night. And then we go and do this. It's just so annoying. I can't even. It's just frustrating, very, very frustrating, and we just don't capitalize on these performances, on these opportunities. We've always been the same. We never ever take advantage of when other teams are doing bad and we're doing good. We go on a good run, we get all excited. Top 4's on the cards, FA Cup, yeah, it's still on the cards. But do you really think after a performance like that, where we got pinned back at home in our own turf, that we're going to get top 4? I just can't see it.
I look, I still think we could possibly grind out a top 4, but the issue is, people who are getting really hyped about Tottenham right now, we still have some deadwood in our team. We got a few out. We sorted out the midfield, kind of, right? There's still work needed in there, but the defense, we didn't really do much. But that's because a lot of the business that can be done for defenders, you would have had to spend millions of dollars in order of pounds or euros to bring them in, and that looks more like a summer project. So I wouldn't freak out just yet. We could still make top 4. We still have games in hand.
I get we can still make top 4, but what I'm saying is, why do we have to do it like this? Why can't we be an assertive top 4 team, stamp our authority, go above Man United, go above Arsenal, go above West Ham, and instead slip up against Southampton at home when we'll be like begging for like 3 points at Man City soon? It's like, it's never going to happen. We need to take advantage when we have these 3 points available to us, where they should be secured 3 points. We're 2-1 up. It's not like we were chasing a deficit. We're 2-1 up at home. Lock up the game, make the right substitutions, see out the game, get the extra goal, and we're like literally conceding 2 goals in 2 minutes. Like, you could see their goal was coming. I could see it from a mile off. And then when they scored to make it 2-2, I'm like, we're fucked. We are done. And exactly happened. I mean, let's go through a few more comments. Larissa, all over the place. Exactly. He's the guy that's keeping us in this. Derek Hutchinson. Rishi's in there. Big yourself up. He says, I'm just very frustrated. Get Pau Torres for 45 million and replace Davies and sub Sanchez with Dyer. It's just frustrating. You're completely spot on, Rishi. Absolutely. Bentancur looked quality, bright spark as soon as he came on. Why didn't he come on earlier? Get Ben Gibson in. Crumbs. Mark's in here. Big yourself up, Mark. Always here. Big yourself up, man. Back to life, back to reality, as the song goes. Exactly that. First half, we looked disconnected. Wish we had come out stronger and matched their aggression and focus. And their fans were up for it as well. The Southampton's fans, they must be in dream world right now. They must be in dream world. And fair play to them, coming out on a Tuesday night. Southampton, it's not exactly on a Wednesday night, sorry. Southampton's quite a journey. It's about 3 hours, 4 hours. And, fair play to them. Absolutely fair play to them. They came out in numbers. Winks, Højbjerg, Davies, Royal, Sanchez. We're going nowhere with these kind of players. Exactly. Especially Winks, Davies, and Sanchez for me. I mean, Emerson Royal's had a stinker, but I've seen good signs in him. I mean, I'm not going to say too much about Emerson. I didn't like his performance tonight, and a lot of fans didn't either. But Højbjerg shouldn't be getting taken off over Winks. I'm sorry. They both weren't good, but why take Winks is just so bad. Why would you keep Winks on when you need to win a game? I just don't get it. Højbjerg's proved that he can go forward with the ball in the Euros, getting 5 assists. Why are we taking him off and keeping Winks on? I just don't get these decisions. Do you?
No, I didn't get it. Like I said, I thought that as soon as I saw Bentancur, I was like, yep, Conte is like, he wants Winks out of there immediately. That's what I would be doing. If this was career mode, that's what I would have been doing. I would have been bringing in Bentancur for Winks because I'm like, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have started him. This is really bad. But then Højbjerg came off. And I was like, look, Højbjerg hasn't been having the best of games, but he's a wall. He's a wall that you need. Winks isn't going to be a wall. He's just going to lose the ball. So I didn't understand that.
Yeah. Rishi's saying, who do you guys think would be an ideal centre back to partner Romero and Dyer? Sven Botman, Bastoni. There's so many. You can go for. It's just, are we going to get these players? Are we gonna fork out the premium for them? Other clubs are going to be bidding for these players. I mean, I'll give the question to you, Andre, but anyone for me that's got potential and is already a decent player, like a Romero. We need to sign another one of him, preferably a left-footed player.
Is Pau Torres a left-footed center back?
I don't think he's left-footed, is he?
Not sure, but we are looking at him though. I do know that he's on the list.
I mean, yeah, he's on the list for sure. I mean, apparently he's left-footed, so yeah, I can understand why you guys are saying this guy. But I mean, yeah, maybe Pau Torres. But I mean, at the end of the day, Davies is papering over the cracks. How long have I said it for? It's just, I've been saying this for so long. And Sven Botman's left-footed as well, by the way. So Sven Botman just completely goes with what I was saying. But yeah, in answer to your question, Rishi, Botman, Torres, just anyone that's not Davies. I mean, Davies had a stinker as well today when he cleared that ball and slipped. Oh my goodness, for that first goal. Did you see it? Yeah,
I wasn't surprised when it happened. He's done it many times. So it wasn't surprising to me. I've been saying that a lot of people have been saying, Davies, Sanchez, they're pretty good, whatever, but I still don't know. I've been let down by them so many times. I don't buy it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. Sanchez has one good game and then he's back to doing that. It's just like people need to wake up a little bit and just smell the coffee. These guys aren't good enough. These guys are not good enough for getting top 4. We have to invest in the summer. We have to. Conte should have acted in the first half. He must have seen a system. Exactly, Derek. I don't understand why he didn't make a sub. I just don't get it. Can we send Winks to the Championship already? Exactly, Spurs lad. Pick yourself up. Always in there again. But that guy is Championship level. Let's not even beat around the bush again. He's Championship level. I just don't understand where they're getting these ideas from. I just don't.
Yeah, he had, I might be eating my words here because I was talking him up a little bit. But I did also say, that he did level up, but it's not like leveling up is like from here to here. It's more like he was down here and now he's decent enough to be playing consistently, but not, when he's not having a good game, which is more often than not, he needs to be subbed. I don't know why he stayed on the pitch. There was no creativity happening either. He was just passing back again. He got nervous, just like some of these players that we need to get rid of. When they get nervous, they start making mistakes. the typical weird mistakes that I always see, like Sanchez trying to pass it to Bentancur, who's right beside him, and then Bentancur being confused because why would a player pass it to a player who's right there when there's when there's like two players that are coming at you? Why wouldn't you just pass it to someone who's further away? You know, things like that. Winks, same thing. He bad touches, starts getting nervous, starts bad touching, so then a player comes in and takes the ball from him. Happened like 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just why we didn't put Bentancur on at halftime, I just don't know. I really don't understand it. I just don't. Winks should not be starting games. End of. Why is Winks starting games over a signing that we brought in that's clearly a world-class player, clearly plays for his country, for Uruguay, won Serie A titles, but we're playing Harry Stinks? Just read that back to yourself and just assess how bad that is. I could see Winks was not the right person for right player for that game from minute 10. We were getting absolutely battered. Absolutely battered. And the fact we've predicted a 3-1 win and we've lost 3-2, by the way. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's funny.
But it's just the hope that kills. We were literally so positive about Spurs yesterday, and then suddenly we have to discuss an awful loss at home in front of our fans on a Wednesday night who have come out in force. 3-2. We were 2-1 up. We bottled a lead in the last 10 minutes. 2 goals conceded in 2 minutes. Gutless performance. Poor centre mids. Poor defence. Not good enough up front and finishing our chances. Created little chances and leaked so many chances to them. And Lloris keeping us in it. Like Derek said, should have been 6-2.
Well, you know, taking away from the bad stuff though, were there some highlights for you? Some players that you know kept the game going? Would you say any standouts?
Well, for Tottenham,
yeah,
Lloris.
How about Son or Kane?
Son obviously probably the best attacker. Kane didn't do enough. He missed that chance where the header he bounced it over the goal somehow. I don't even know how he did that. Should be scoring. A man of his caliber. Didn't really do anything other than that. Played a few nice passes, sprayed the ball about well, but in terms of his attacking play, didn't do a lot.
Lucas Moura?
Højbjerg, awful. Winks, even worse. Emerson, terrible. Sanchez, woeful. Davies, awful. Reguilon ran his socks off, but end product should have scored that one-on-one. Can't finish his dinner. Lucas Moura, great assist. Other than that, did nothing. And who else have I missed? Romero, decent again. Got unlucky not to get his goal. Slightly offside. Best defender.
Kulusevski?
Looked like a lost lamb. Didn't know what he was doing. One-footed. Did you see the ball he put in with his right foot?
Yeah.
My 6-year-old cousin could have put a better ball in the box than that. No, I've lost my head. Sorry.
I don't know what you guys think, but I think the minute Kulu got subbed on, something happened to that team. I don't know.
I'm sorry. It's early days, and he's played not even 90 minutes. But this guy smells of a tall Lamella. I'm calling it now. Clip me saying this. This guy is not going to be an incredible player for us. Maybe I'm just in that frame of mind, but he just Bentancur, you can see he's a decent player.
Yeah.
Kulusevski, he's one-footed for a start. I don't like players that are one-footed. That one-footed. You know what he's going to do? He's going to cut in on his left. Defenders in the Premier League aren't stupid.
Yeah.
They might be in Serie A at times, but not in the Premier League. I don't get it. If Winks is to be sold in the summer, and we have to bring one of our midfielders from loan, who would it be?
Lafranzo or Endon, maybe
or Harvey White. I mean, I don't even think I can answer this question, Rishi. It's a good question, mate, but I'm in the. I don't even want to think about Ndombele or Lo Celso if that's what you're getting at. The guys are both awful players. Their attitude stinks. They're terrible players. Sanchez hoops the ball anywhere. Liability. Winks championship level. Emerson can't cross the ball. Can't defend. Højbjerg literally always asleep. Davies can't defend to save his life. I'm sorry. This is my opinion. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. We go through the lineup tonight, right? I'll do it again. Lloris kept us in it in times. Man of the match for us. Emerson, absolute shocker. Absolute shocker. Davies, stinker. Sanchez, woeful, clumsy. Romero, decent.
Yep.
Reguilon, okay, but can't finish his dinner. But again, ran his socks off. Højbjerg, woeful. Winks, I don't even want to talk about him. He gets on my nerves so much. Kane played some nice passes, missed a sitter, but not good enough tonight. Son, best attacker, but still, not Son that we know. Lucas got 1 assist, good ball. Other than that, had a shocker. Bentancur came on, looked better than all the centre mids put together in the last 4 games.
Yeah.
And
then, Kulusevski, you forgot him.
Bergwijn offside, should have been onside.
Bergwijn. Right, Bergwijn. When I saw him score that, I was like, I'm about to eat my words here, because I've been saying, I'll believe it when I see it, but it was offside, so still in the clear there.
I'm good. I'm too angry. Absolutely shocking performance on right side, targeted the whole game. I hope Dyer is back at the weekend. Imagine, 6 months ago, maybe 12 months ago, us calling back for Dyer. It's incredible how. Is that our club falling, or is that desperate? A bit of both. I don't even know anymore. Davies' pathetic clearance attempt for the first goal exactly slipped over. It's just tragic. Did you see Paratici was at Fulham game yesterday? Nope. And I hope Paratici is at every game, because we need to get some players in as soon as possible. Yeah, it's not even funny.
Yeah, that's the summer is going to be very busy, and again, that top 4 is going to be very important. I'm not too worried yet. These are the kinds of mistakes that I still think is in Spurs, because we still have deadwood players. We got rid of a good chunk of them, but there's still a good chunk in here. You got players who ball watch, players who, when the pressure's on, they crumble. You got Davies there with, out of the blue, he'll slip, fall, make a mistake, and there goes a goal. Winks, same thing. When the pressure's on, the first touches, the back passing, it all comes back. Sanchez, as soon as the pressure's on, doesn't know who to pass to, starts ball watching in the box and then blaming other players. Look, Emerson didn't have a good game, but again, it wasn't his job to get that striker. That was Sanchez. Romero had that guy, and then Sanchez went towards him from the back. What are you going to do from behind the player? Watch the guy behind you. Romero's got that guy. It's fine. Then he's yelling at Emerson. Emerson's up top because he just made a run. Just
honestly shocking. Shocking, guys. Shocking. Last question before we end things up. Do you think the Bale rumor is true, and what's your thoughts? I can see it happening. I can see him maybe having 1 more year at Spurs and retiring, but it's not a credible source. So take it with a pinch of salt, is what I'd say. Yeah. Saints boss the midfield, and we cannot match them with Winks and Højbjerg. Yeah, absolutely. Ward-Prowse and Romeo absolutely on top of Winks and Højbjerg. It was a joke.
Yeah, we gave Ward-Prowse so much space, right? You're saying Premier League players aren't dumb. When Kulusevski is just one-footed, he's gonna always cross in to go with his left, and Premier League players are always gonna block that. Same thing. Why did we give Ward-Prowse that space to cross in? We analyze that. We're like, do not give him space. Don't foul him for free kicks. Don't allow him to cross in, because that guy, if there's one thing he's gonna do, is pick out a pass from a long distance, and that's exactly what he did for both goals with Sanchez and with Sanchez ball watching. Next thing too, actually, did you see the Eriksen news that Conte talked about?
I don't want to talk about Eriksen.
Nah, you don't think he'd be good for the team?
Why are we going back? I've said this before. Why are we going back for players we got rid of for a reason? Eriksen didn't want to be at the club for the last 6 months. His attitude stunk. He didn't want to be on the pitch. He walked around the pitch every time he came on, put no effort in. He was crying because he didn't get his transfer the window before. Why would we go back for him? Just because, okay, what happened? Very sad. Very sad. I mean, technically he's blessed that he can be back playing football, because, what happened? Very sad. I was nearly in tears watching it. But why would we go back for a player on sympathy? Why would we go back for a player that didn't put 100% into this club at one point?
Yeah, true.
I'm sorry. One thing's Bale, but Eriksen, he literally left on bad terms. It's a fact.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it possible to return Kulu back to Juve?
I think it's not an obligation to buy yet. I think there's certain conditions that need to happen. He needs to
like getting Champions League. So yeah,
it's not just that. I think there's a certain amount of games he needs to play as well. And I think the more if he continues to play like this, you're not going to see Kulu much because
No.
obviously they're not going to want to have to buy him.
People were hyping up in the Spurs fan base, and I just said, like, look, he might be a good signing, but we don't know enough about this guy. And yeah, I mean, it's early days, but he's not blowing me away when he comes on like Benton carries, put it that way. We have to beat Wolves at the weekend. Tough run of games after that. Could fall out of Europe places. We haven't bought Kulu yet. He has to reach certain targets, and we have to qualify for Champions League. Exactly, SOF.
Yeah.
And your opinions on the Wolves game, guys? I mean, it's a must-win now. It's a must-win to stay in this top 4 race. And
yeah,
Wolves are not Wolves out of the few games we had coming up were the one that I wasn't looking forward to playing because I thought I think Wolves are a stronger team than Southampton in a way. And yeah, it's just shocking. We haven't bought Cooley yet. Yeah, I've read that one. Did you read my last? Yes, I did. I pointed saying it's tragic, mate. Yeah, what makes me laugh is we're trying to get Champions League football with players like Davies, Emerson, Winks, Sanchez. Just repeat them names yourself. Honestly, I mean, I could name you a few more that shouldn't even be in this squad. Matt Doherty, just to name one. Galini,
right. Forgot about that guy.
Bergwijn. We're going off 2 great games Bergwijn's having, but you think he's a Champions League quality player? He's not. Even Højbjerg at this rate isn't a Champions League quality player. Emerson,
Yeah.
You've written that one.
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Bentancur has to start next game, 100%.
Mhm.
If they beat Arsenal, they go above us. Who do? West Ham or Man United?
No, I think Wolves.
No.
Yeah, if they beat Arsenal, they go above us because we're equal on games with Arsenal and Wolves. Arsenal's in the same.
Wait. Wolves go above us if. Oh my god.
Yeah, because Wolves have 34.
Oh my god.
That's
Guys, we will be back later this week. Hit the like button to show your support for us coming out and talking about this shambolic performance. It's been great therapy, guys. It's been great therapy to talk to you all. And I appreciate all of you in the comments, even after a loss. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and we will be back, won't we, Andre, during the week to discuss more Spurs-related topics. 100%. And, of course, we'll have the preview for the Wolves game and the match review after the game, guys. Make sure also to check our community section on our YouTube now. If you go onto the YouTube channel, you click on our name, you'll see there's a tab that says community. I'll try and show it to you. So at the top there, there's a little tab that says community. Make sure you click on that, and we'll be tweeting about all of the videos coming up. So make sure you keep an eye on that, guys. Hit the like button. How many likes have we got right now? Let's have a little look. We have got, I think it was around 10, 15 last time I checked. But I mean, guys, all of you hit the like button. Really appreciate the support as always. And Andre, thanks for joining me. Go and get yourself some, I'm certainly going to go and get some rest. You've got to stay up thinking about that the whole rest of your day, unfortunately. But guys, all the best. We'll see you soon. Come on, you Spurs.